China, a country you know so much about. First, Donald Trump has been, he's talked about calling them a currency manipulator immediately. He's talked about being very tough on China. Do you think he will maintain that posture from the campaign, or what will he learn about China as he comes into dealing with it?
Well, I hope he wouldn't maintain the posture during the campaign, literally. China is a country with thousands of years of continuous history, and they have withstood a lot of experiences in that period. I believe they are now at a point where they are undergoing major domestic reforms, and where they believe that a period of prolonged coexistence with the United States is in their national interest. I believe it's also in our national interest, because the interaction of these two societies around the world means that every country would have to choose, and this is the structure out of which the First World War developed. So I hope and expect, based on what I have seen, that the administration, in its way, will find a dialogue with Russia, with China, that addresses this problem.
Donald Trump apparently is very concerned about the threat from North Korea. How important are good relations with China to counterbalancing North Korea?
Well, the challenge of North Korea is that here is a country which is really a family enterprise that has developed nuclear weapons which can threaten the world. And the goal should be to get rid of those nuclear weapons. An aspect of it, though, is when they get rid of nuclear weapons, which is the only really successful thing they've done in their existence, the regime is likely to collapse. So then we will have a vacuum in North Korea, and that's exactly what in 1950 led to a Chinese-American war that you can argue in retrospect neither side wanted, but was sucked into by developments in Korea. So I think it is very important that China and the United States come to some understanding, not just on the nuclear question, but on what happens afterwards, so that not all neighbors rush into the vacuum and then drag us in that way.
You've talked about extreme nationalism taking over in different pockets of the world. Do you see it happening in America too?
I think in many parts of the world, nationalism begins to substitute for other ideologies. And there are symptoms of it in America. There are stronger symptoms of it, of course, in many other parts of the world.